Okay, so today we'll start with the um, I will talk about the how to data moving from one page to another page. Okay, how to data sharing and how to save the form. Okay, so
Okay.
these things we will discuss today. And
Mm-hmm.
one point I am saying on here, just you can suppose that when you suppose that when you create the application and if you need to deploy, okay, we have we have uh, we have browser. Okay, in the browser we have cache. When you deploy the application, then client side customer say we are data not getting data, okay, properly. So this issue come from the cache. Okay, in the browser cache may be not clear or old cache is coming in the browser. Okay, due to that reason, data is not properly coming in the customer side. Okay, this issue happen in the .NET framework. .NET .NET framework. Okay, multiple time if customer is saying the data is not, then he clear the cache, then reload the page, then data is properly coming. Okay, so in the .NET, so in the .NET, this line, okay, SP append version. Okay, so just I run this application. Okay, so I go the right click and on here, uh, site. Okay, you can see this is the number on here. Edit. Okay, this is the number. This number. Open the notepad.
Like I cannot see the local host.
Okay, okay. Just I share the complete screen. Okay. Okay. So just I copy this what the value. Can you see my screen correct?
Yes.
So this is value. Okay. On here, on here we have this is the value. You can see. And suppose that be multiple time refresh things. Okay. Then check same value. Just go on here. This okay. Then you check when you refresh the pages or again close and close again run this application. Then check on here. Now you can check on here. Copy again same value. HR Q. You can see this is three values same on here. When you refresh the page, when you stop and again run the application, then in three times you can check on here. This is value is same. Okay. After
Yeah.
that, if you are changing any page, if you are changing in any page, just I go on here like multiple controllers like these things we have changing on here. Hmm, something you can write a okay. This is changing. Okay. Now, we'll check on here. Run. Right click. and now copy this line. HRQ by FT BT, maybe the same line, correct? Same data. 2P, same. Okay, just 1 second. Uh, we have controller. Only some space I've given here or something. Okay, okay. Even check the aspect. You will on here. OVT. Oh, on here it not getting something. Okay. HRQ by TXIU. Maybe same value on here. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, Q. QE. Okay. Alright. Shown here. Close. Message close. Then again build. Oh, value not changing. Mm-hmm. Value not changing. Check new take. Okay, it is saying that it is work on here only. Uh, like go to the site. Okay, on here give the space. Now let's see the space. No change. Okay, actually this value always change when you change the page. When if you change in the page, okay, inside any page you are changing, then this value changes always. This value when you deploy the application, then in the client side, in the customer side, this value always change. So from this value, latest cache will come on the uh, customer side. This issue fixed from the .NET framework. In the .NET framework, this line is not available on the .NET framework. In the .NET core, this things is available due to the reason cache issue fixed. On here, not changing value here. Maybe some I will check these things. It's all values same. Okay. So we'll talk about the form types of form. Types of form. One is a weekly type. Second is strongly. Weekly type form is on there. We have no on go on here inside the import. Suppose that when you have created any view, just a check. Okay, just this is a on here. We have add on here at the rate custom model. Okay, this is a strongly type view. Just also we have uh, how many type of view we have. This is one is a standard view, second is a partial view, third is a strongly type view, fourth is a layout. Correct? The last session I will discuss these things.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am on pass on here at the rate model and model name. Okay. This is a strongly type. And when we are not passing these things like on here privacy, okay, or pass and okay, like privacy, okay, just I remove these things, then only simple HTML like a standard partial view. Just you. So this is a weekly type because I am not passing on the model. Just like on here we are passing model. Without this model, it is a weekly type view. Okay. So how to handle this when you submit the form? When you submit the form, how to handle, how to send data from view to controller? Okay, from client side to server side means view is a client side and controller is a server side. From view to controller, how to send data on here? Just on post and one is a primitive type. Primitive type. Second is complex. Complex object. And third is through I form collection. I form collection. Okay. So from we have this is a we have when I send the data from view to controller, then primitive type means we pass the, just go to the controller. Okay, no, on here we will create these things all in the primitive. Just I first theory part we need to complete. And here we know any pass parameters. Okay, so I only discuss only primitive type when you pass the parameter in the on here, on here, just like int id comma int, okay, string name. Okay, this is a primitive type. This is a primitive type. And if you pass any model like login, you have how many, what is the model on here? Yes, I check one here. Model. Okay, so model we have like imply view model, mp by imply view model. Okay, this is a complex object because on here multiple properties through the object we are passing, so this is a complex object. Okay, and other things we have I form collection. Through this also you can use, this is form collection. We have three things. One is a primitive type, second is a complex object, third is a I form collection. Okay, primitive type, complex object, I form collection. From three way we can pass data from view to controller. How to pass data? So what the difference in between three? Okay, when you go on here, only simple parameter, correct? On here we have suppose the class, create the class. In the class we have two property, id, name. Then you can open the view, then you can see only two property. On here I form collection we have key value pair. In the I form collection we have key value pair, key value. So this is a difference in complex object and I form collection. Okay, so just like we have give the exam more uh, like uh, HTTP HTTP post and like public action result login. Inside login we have passing two parameters, username and string password. Okay, this is a primitive type. And on here HTTP post public action result action result login login like login view model, and model name is like model object name. And okay, this is a complex because I am passing on here model, on here passing parameter. Okay, and I form collection, we'll talk about the I form collection. uh, Copy and on here okay, just I write on here HTTP post public I action result login I form I form collection, and you can write info. Okay, these things here difference on here. This is a form collection. On here I add on these things. Complex form on here you can see on is a model. Primitive type on here is a parameter. Okay, these things, how many type of, when you send the view to controller, how many type of we can send the data from view to controller. This is a three way we can send data from view to controller. How to handle form post.
Okay.
And after that we will talk about the validation. How to data validation technique on here we will. Suppose that we have validation. Validation. We have two type of validation. One is a server side. One is a server side. Second is client side. Client side. Okay. So these things help the validation used for the mainly received data is correct or not. From when send the data from view to controller, data you send data in controller, it is correct or incorrect. Okay.
Okay.
Prevent unwanted, suppose any hacker, okay, send data from any another side. So this validation will prevent unwanted attacks. So server side validation, we have, you can say server side validation is the best practice because client side in the browser, go to the browser, in the browser, and on here, right on here, you can see in the setting, if you want to uh, disable because client side validation we have through the jQuery JavaScript, correct? So jQuery JavaScript,
Yeah.
if you want to add the client side validation and if you want to disable this client side validation, okay, on here option we have. Just go to the setting and JavaScript. Hmm, JavaScript, okay. Don't allow site use to JavaScript. Okay. If you disable, so
Okay.
client side validation is disabled, so it is not work. It will it will not work. So
Okay.
this is a disadvantage of client side validation. So for that we have only one is server side validation. So then server side validation you cannot bypass anyway. Okay. So always use server side validation, but you want to use client side, you can use for the user perspective, user user point of view. You can use client side validation also, but also always use server side validation for the if you any security site
Okay.
like you have any static page, okay, content as or send data something, no any security or any sample for your site information about us, home, contents us, these things you have, then you can client side validation is okay. But if you have any security data like some some secure information, for that use always use server side validation.
Okay.
So on here, so server side validation we have used on here. One is a library on here. Just on here, library is a data annotation. Okay, this library data annotation. Okay, model validation. Model validation. This library is used for the server side validation. Okay, inside we add attribute like required. Okay, inside you can pass the multiple parameter on here. Error like error length. Okay, on here you can pass multiple parameters required. This syntax, when to write this syntax on here, like we have one property public string username, and on here get set. Okay, then you are required when you not enter any username, then on here it will show error message is equal to please enter username. Okay, please enter username. And if you some length on here, you can also add on here comma. Okay, after comma you can add multiple things. This is a data notation. Through this is a server side validation. Through this server side validation you can use the on here. This is a data through the data notation. This is a library. Okay, and client side validation use only for the we need to plug in jQuery plugin. Like on here you can see uh, the layout page, and the layout page, this is a jQuery. This is for the client side validation. I will show you the client side validation just only for the summarization how to work in a, and this line for the bootstrapping. For bootstrap, this plugin we will need use. And okay, so this is a client side and server side validation. And after that one point we will need to discuss on here, like on here, if model state, okay, model state is valid. This line, model state that is valid. Okay, when you send the data from client to server, okay, if you add the validation in the in the controller on here, this is on the model side, inside the model, inside the model on here, if you add any validation like required, okay, if you add any validation, then this line will check. If you anything is fail, anything is not entering, then on here it will always, if any validation, any line of, suppose we have 10 property, 5 property, and one property validation is not valid, then this, it give the result is false, always false. Okay, when all properties, suppose when you create the form of 5 text box, first name, last name, mobile number or something, okay, so after that, if all things is valid, then it's true. Otherwise, it will give the false. Okay. This model state that is valid. This come from the inherit from this library, come from the uh, this is a library from the Microsoft SP.NET Core.mbc, that controller base. On here, on go to the on here controller base. From this library come model state that is valid. You can go on here, model state, model, this entire, just copy. Okay, this is property, model state. This property I am checking on there is contain the state of, this is saying uh, the that contains the state of model, okay, and of model binding validation, and property state is contains model state. This property I will check on here, this property. Okay, so okay, I only give the summarization, just go then again repeat the things. This is not practical, only theory. Okay, so our next point is we will talk about the how to pass data passing technique. Like we have, okay, inside we have one controller, we have second controller, and we have one view. Okay, so you can write on here controller, controller, and on here view, and on here controller to controller, and from this controller to this controller, and this is a view. Okay, so we have on here how many fields this we have, like on here we have temp data, second is view bag, third is you can say session. Okay, and also we have query string, query query string, and also we have hidden field, and also we have view data, temp data, and view data also. View data. This temp data, view bag, session, query string, hidden field, view data. This field this field used for the from data move from one place to another place. Okay, these fields temp data, view bag, session, query string, hidden field, and view data. Okay, view bag and view data. Okay, this field from one place to, when you send value from one place to another place, then this field need to use this value. This field store the value. Okay, so when in which place which field we need to use, like suppose controller to controller, when you pass data from controller to controller, suppose that when we have two controller, one is a employee controller, second is a home controller. Employee action method. Okay, inside the employee action method we have, inside the employee action method we have send data to the home action method. So how to send that data? Through the temp data. On here we will use temp data. Temp data. Okay, and now we will talk about the like entire application, entire entire application, entire application. If you want to get data, then case we will use the session. Okay, in that case we will use the session. Okay, from controller to controller, inside the controller, inside the we have controller. Okay, inside controller we have multiple action. From action to action send data, then in this case we use the temp data. Inside the whole application, suppose that you have some set value in the session in the action method, and you get anywhere one area to multiple area. Understand the area, correct? In the last session I also discussed the area.
Yeah.
Okay, so suppose that we have multiple area from admin area to user area, so you can get through the session. Okay, for that purpose we use the in a whole application. If anywhere any corner, if you want to use that value, then through the session you can use. And after that, suppose on here, when we have controller, inside the controller we have view, index method, oh action method. Inside the action method we send the value from controller to view. So controller to view, controller controller to view, we mean pass value through the view bag, view bag, and view data. View bag, view data. Okay, from controller to view through this view bag and view data, from control, when you send the value from controller to view, then we can use view back and view data. Okay, and now again, if you want to send value from view to controller, now send value from view to controller, then we will use post method, also through the query string or hidden field. From view to controller, when you send data from view to controller, then we can use post method, query string, and hidden field. Just you can see on here, uh, view source. Maybe on here post method. No, on here not post method. Let's view source. If you write on here, then come on post method. We have not any post method on here. Just on here, add HTTP. Like on this is HTTP post. Okay. Apply it. Okay. Because post method on here we have not sending any value. So okay, this error is coming because this is on here we need to pass some value. uh, I'm not passing on their value from the view. So okay, that page is removed. Okay, okay, okay. So view to controller we use the post query and hidden field, and controller to view we use the view back and view data. Okay, from controller to controller we can use the temp data, and from in whole application we want to use, then use the session. Okay, so we have view temp data, view back, session, query string, hidden field, view data. Okay, this through this field we can use in the whole application. And so also we will discuss about the on here some more definition inside in this keyword, like view data used for the store value in the key value pair. Okay, suppose that your question from controller to view we use the view data, then again if you store the value in view, then again suppose on here I create one on here just like controller. Okay, ABC. Okay, this is a controller. Suppose controller to view, so the view back and view data on here, data will come on here. After that, again we want to send on here, we cannot send. After get value on here, okay. After get value on here, then value is null. If again redirection is occur, if value become null, then get value on here. After value become null if redirection occur. If from here go on here, then value will come in the view back and view data is null. Okay. Also in the understand the typecasting. What the meaning of typecasting?
Mm, what is that?
Typecasting.
No.
Then you can this graph you can I have tell you this you can understand or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only theoretical purpose. I show you the practical. Okay. If you any
Okay.
stuck in any something, please stop me, because if not understand any things, then my waste my time. Okay. If issue
Okay.
in
Yeah.
any things.
Yeah.
Actually, typecasting is used for the suppose that we have data type. Suppose that we have some value is int, and we want to convert in the string, or we have value some string, we
Yeah.
want to convert into the int. Then for that we use the typecasting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That thing
For,
is called
yeah.
typecasting.
For the
Okay,
type conversion.
correct, type conversion.
Yeah.
This is king type conversion. Okay,
Okay.
uh, so it view data used for the typecasting. Okay, inside the view data we need to typecasting, because it from data come from on string, and come data from the controller string, and view we want to show data in int. Then view data we need to typecasting for that purpose. But view back no need to typecasting. Vivek automatically get value. Suppose you send a value from on here, according you can manage. On Vivek no need to typecasting, but view data need to typecasting. Same things, Vivek and Vivek both
Okay.
things. When controller to view send value, then value come on here after redirection. Then Vivek and view data both value is null. Again go to the on ABC controller. Okay, controller to view, value
hmm
come from view and
Yeah.
view data, and again view to ABC controller, then value is null. Value become null if redirection occur. Okay, and
Okay.
and the session, in session you use for that pass data within the application, and it persists for the 20 minutes. Default, it is default. If you not set it, not set in the web config or app setting, then it is default 20 minute session. If you can configure according, you can manage like 20 hour, 24 hour, or 2 hour, 4 hour, 50 hour. You can set through in the web config. You can through
What
the
is that?
configuration. You can, yeah, sorry.
Is that a session? Is that a storage?
Yeah, this is a in the server side. It will store on here. Suppose you have setting on here. Uh, okay, on here we need to configure. Okay, on
Okay.
here we need to configure through this. On here, this is a server side. When you run the application, then I will show you how to store this value. Okay.
Okay.
and and same things you can talk about the query string. Query string, it will go to the URL from send value from the view to controller. Then query string is, you can see any page like mm, www, like these things. Okay, like this. Okay, this is a mm, like w3 school, like okay. Now these things is a query string. After question mark, this is a multiple things on here, URL, params and query strings. So like this thing, when you come on the URL, then it is used the query string. Okay, query string and hidden field. Also, you can store the in the hidden field. This is a hidden field used for the on here, like input type, input type, input type hidden. Okay, input type hidden. This is hidden field. On here we have set any value, and from view to controller you can get value. This field it not showing in the browser, because on here right hidden. Okay, input type hidden. This is a hidden field. This is a hidden field, query string and post. Okay, through this we can send value from view to controller. Okay. So now start from the uh, page how to create. Just go on the BS Visual Studio and just right click and just create new project. Okay. MBC4. Okay, now select this thing. Next on here lab, we will create the uh, lab form validation. Okay, now create what is that? When you create the page, desktop. Okay, this is again create the page navigation. Please, Visual Studio. MBC4. Next. Okay, we need to path the path on here. Left underscore form value validation data. Okay. inside the reusable UI icon. Where are these things? Copy. This is a folder, but this is a reusable. Path is wrong one here. Again, I just create. Then here create the folder lab. Inside lab we have create the inside lab. Okay. Lab underscore form validation. Status. Okay. Now on here we create the one controller, account controller, and empty controller. Account controller. Okay. We have created the pages sign up. Now we create the one model is on here as user view model. User view. Okay. So on here we have created some property. Public string name get set and public string email and if you want to get password then you can add the password and public string confirm password. Confirm password and name email password. We want to create the registration form. Okay. Confirm password and we have created the gender. Public string gender. And after that we want okay. These things we have validation on here. So now we want add the validation on here. We want add on here validation. One validation is for the required username. REQ word. Okay. On here we are saying please enter name. What was the error? Actually, for that we use component data notation. Okay. On here we need to some syntax change on here. Error message. The syntax on here. Okay. Name for the please enter the name. Same things for the copy paste. This for the email ID. Please enter email. And now use for the password. Copy password. You want to password it some strongly typed password. Okay. So we can also use on here regular expression. Regular expression according you can do regular expression. Regular expression for the password. Regular expression for password. Not this is a this is saying password must be 8 character, include uppercase and lowercase. Okay, these things we can add. Okay, so regular expression. This is validation on here. First is enter the password. Second, if password is not valid, then this message should show. Now on here, confirm password also you can add error message. Confirm password. Please enter the confirm password. After confirm password, we have the one thing is compare, because we want to compare the password and confirm password. So on here, parenthesis, we pass. This is a password. Password and comma error message is equal to confirm password does not match. Okay, this is for the password and one for the gender. Gender is required. Okay, so this is a validation for the all these threads. Okay, now I will create the form. On here I will right click. Okay, now on here add view. Okay, add view, we want to create the uh, razor view empty or razor view with the model. Okay, you can see on your message razor view with or without strangle time model. Strangle time model means you need to add model in the view. Without the strangle type, you want it do not want to add the model in the view. So we want to add the model. We want create the view with strangle type. We want create the strangle type model. So add. Now on here you can see view name is sign up. Okay, template which want to I want create the I want to create the registration form. So on here we have the create. We have select the templates create. We have multiple on here create, delete, detail, edit, list. We have no list page. We have no edit page, detail page. We want to create. Okay, so now select the create. On here model class. Which model class you want to this view view page. So on here multiple model class. View error view model no need. Program no need. User view model we have creating on here user view model. We want to use this thing. Okay, and on this is a parcel view. If you want to create this parcel view, then you can check box I want to create the view. Okay, don't need to mm, do the checkbox. Okay, now use the layout page. Use a layout page. This is okay. Now add. Okay, so now you can see. Okay, this is this line. You can see this line. This line used for the strongly type model. This is a strongly type model. This come. Okay, so now we can see on here. Okay, uh, before that we will discuss about the sp hyphen 4 sp hyphen 4 name. Okay, when you send data from here, how to get in the controller? I click on here. Okay, no, okay, just before that we will discuss on here. This is a http get. We have this is a http verb. Okay, http get, http post. uh, mm, okay, just I discuss also these things. And this is a http post. HTTP post. Okay, on here login view. No, login view model. User view model. User view model. Okay, before that we will discuss about the HTTP verb. Just like on here. HTTP verb.
Hello.
Yeah, can you listen to me? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I can hear. Can we connect tomorrow and continue?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So now you have any confusion
Yeah.
till now?
No, I will go
Uh,
through it again.
yeah, yeah, sure.
And yeah.